Hello, it's Iino. I would like to broadcast Iino Sans Logistics Radio. Today I would like to talk about, to Russia, major forwarder moves, from an article in the Wall Street Journal. As I reported earlier that, shipping companies have suspended their services to Russia, I would like to introduce an article, from a major forwarder's point of view. First, among shipping lines, Maersk, MSC, and CMA CGM have suspended cargo services, to and from Russia, except for foodstuffs, medical supplies, and humanitarian aid, effective March 1st. Then forwarders Kuhn and Nagel of Switzerland, and DB Schenker of Germany announced, in an advisory to their customers that, they will stop deliveries to and from Russia by air, land, and sea. DSV of Denmark and Giatis of France said, they are also suspending deliveries to Belarus, a Russian ally. DSV tells us that, the decision to suspend shipments, to Russia and Belarus will further disrupt the supply chain, and add to the complexity of transportation. The company continued that, however, it is a maximum effort, to mitigate adverse effects. Freightos, a digital freight marketplace, says disruptions in service and transportation connections to Russia, along with rising oil prices, threaten to further increase transportation costs, for businesses worldwide. The oil price spike has been reported, in all media outlets. As for transportation costs, I reported in yesterday's radio that, air freight rates have more than doubled on a spot basis. Diversions of ocean freight shipments, to other ports are already piling up, at ports in Europe and elsewhere, possibly causing congestion and increasing freight rates, on these routes, Freightos said. French forwarder Giatis has announced that, it will also stop booking freight rail service between Asia and Europe. Here are the points of interest mentioned in the article. This overland service is one, that has become increasingly popular in the past 2 years with Corona, as shippers and freight forwarders have shifted away, from ocean freight to avoid port congestion, caused by Corona. According to Freightos, online freight marketplace, the equivalent of about 10,000 containers, of cargo are shipped by rail from Asia to Europe each week. The company said, if concerns about sanctions and disruption, cause a significant number of containers, to shift from rail to sea, this new demand will also put upward pressure, on freight rates between Asia and Europe, as more shippers compete for capacity, that is already in short supply. A satellite photo, of a Trans-Siberian railway station was published, in the news on March 6, 2022, comparing photos, taken before the invasion of Ukraine on February 2nd, and after it on March 1st, the satellite photo analysis reported that, the number of freight vehicles had decreased. The report stated that, there may have been an anomaly in logistics during this period. As I reported yesterday, air cargo has already been affected, and the next point of interest is, what will happen to transportation, using the Trans-Siberian Railway? This is the third time I have reported, on this radio about the suspension of services by forwarders, using the Trans-Siberian Railway. As I mentioned at the beginning, Kuhn and Nagel and DB Schenker suspended, overland deliveries to and from Russia, and by Giatis, bookings for Asia-Europe freight rail service. European customs have decided, not to let cargo to and from Russia through, and freight service on the Trans-Siberian Railway, is effectively at a standstill. This would mean a shift, from rail to ocean transportation, which could have a strong impact on ocean freight rates. I will continue to update this information. That's all for today. Thank you.